Grand Rising, everyone. Let's see if we can pull a card today. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love to do sage. Light the sage, and then I always hit the bells of some kind. So a sound bowl or a bell of some kind. And my intention is to clear out negative energies that may be around with the sage. And also in that invites the angelic realm in. And then also hitting the bells is bringing presence to now, which also invites in the angelic realm to help us. And why wouldn't you? That's my question. Why wouldn't you invite the angelic realm in? I don't know. It's your life. Do what you want. But here is something that keeps calling to me. Some things that are going on in the world right now with the collective, with a lot of people. And I have this deck. It's called the Inner Compass. And it just keeps calling to me, calling me. And every time I'm helping someone, it keeps calling to me. So what that means to me is inner compass. A lot of times, most of the time, we are operating from limited conditioning that maybe is not serving us anymore. So this could be something that like maybe you have learned something in your lifetime with your parents and it served you really well for a long time. And then now you're recognizing that maybe it's not serving you. So I invite you to look at your inner compass. Like, what are your beliefs? What is holding you back from expanding in this life? What is it that you truly love? What would bring you joy? And have you visited those things anytime in the recent past, or anytime are you going to visit them in the recent future or in the near future? So, okay, a belief. Wonder if I can ignite something so I can give you a idea of a belief, or if I should just leave it there. We don't want to ignite some anger in some people, right? But beliefs change. That is something to be aware of and willing to do, is shift your beliefs, because time changes, life changes. If we still operated on the same beliefs that my grandma and grandpa operated on, they lived in a different time, on a different land, with different structures, okay, so see how everything changes, and it is time for us to change too. So visit your beliefs. That's all I'm going to leave that at. Okay, and if you'd like, I have this Inner Compass deck. It's so freaking cool. There's way too many cards for me to deal with sometimes, but you can literally, how many cards did she put in this? This is Teal Swan's deck. She's amazing. I don't even remember how many cards she put in this, but so many. Anyway, a lot. Look at this. So you can go through and just pull a card. And advocacy. Like, how important is that to you? How important is it for you to advocate for others? For me, huge. If you're in a mess and I know it and I have some tool that could help you, I'm going to advocate for you. Okay? So it's just putting things in into perspective for yourself. Faithfulness. What does that mean to you? That's another thing. Words mean something so different to everyone. And so what does it mean to you to be faithful? I guarantee it means something different to me than it does to you. Learning. How important is it for you to learn? How important is it for you to learn? For me, it is so important. I feel like we are here to expand and grow. So expansion is learning, right? Performance. How much is performance important to you? There are so many things. Endurance, Religion. Is religion important to you, and why? And are you attached to it? Is it you? If someone said something about your religion, would you personally be offended? Or would you be willing to listen and understand their perspective and their view of religion and what they've lived in religion? You guys, everyone has different experiences. You could be in the same church, in the same family. Look at it. You could be in the same family. Just look at your siblings. And they had a different experience growing up than you did. Why? I'm going to leave you with one word. This word was one of the most profound words that I studied for years after my friend passed away. Perspective. Perspective is everything. When we look at things from our perspective, it's going to be different than someone else's. So I'm going to invite you to always just bring presence. Bring presence. If we are present with anyone or any situation, we will find ourselves in our hearts and out of our heads, which takes us out of judgment, which brings us back to our godly selves. Okay, everybody? Presence. Okay? In present moment, we can take a deep breath. We can find our answers. We can understand life just a little bit better and a little bit different. And it's not so hard and scary, okay? Then you can find yourself in curiosity. And you can be a good leader. Look at this, you guys. It's so fun to pull cards. We're pulling cards a different way. So when you hit challenges, okay? When you hit challenges, I'm going to invite you to take your deep breath. Remember the tools that you have brought into your life, into your field, into your family. And I'm going to ask you to have confidence in using them. Right now, I feel like we're in this weird and fun and interesting time where people like myself are being called witches, and maybe just we're different, right? We're doing things a little different than everybody else. And I'm going to tell you, I'll take whatever freaking name you want to call out. I just know it works. So I live it. I live it because it works. I hit this gong bell because it works. I use the sage because it works for me. I meditate because it works for me. I sit out in the sunrise and the sunset as much as I possibly can because it works for me. So what works for you? And where are you feeling shame or guilt or just a weirdness doing something different than the rest of everyone, than your family, than your friends? What if you're the way shower? What if you're supposed to do something different? And you guys, if you have kids that are asking you to do something different, you better start listening. Because younger generations, who were you coming into your family? If you have a challenging child, wonder if they're here to change the world, okay? Last thing, kindness. I also could use this card. Just remember to be kind. Kind to yourself is one of the biggest things I'm noticing. If I'm not being kind to someone outside of me, it's because I first started with not being kind to myself. So I feel like we're in a time right now where it's so freaking important to listen to this chatter and to understand what the frick is going on up here, because it's a game for a lot of people in this world. But what I'm going to invite you to do is take your power. Take your power and understand what these mind chatter things are doing to you, and find your inner compass. Find what means something to you. What is this life to you? Is integrity one of the most important things? Then great. Write those things down. Do some shamanic work where you're writing and burning things that are not serving you. Following the sun, things like that, okay? Also, if you ever need any help, reach out. I do have some modalities that I offer. I don't offer them very often. I don't know why. I like my peace, maybe. But I do have some modalities and some help for you if you'd like any help. If you don't, hey, we're all our own healers and our own gods. So take a quiet moment is my biggest reference for you. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, Just ask, what next? What now? You guys, we don't always have to be reaching out to someone outside of us or something outside of us either, right? So these are helpful tools, but just always remember everything lives within you, and you are your own savior. You came here with all the tools. We're just remembering, okay? All right, have a happy day. I love you.